Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Graphic Word Podcast, here to connect nerd culture to faith and leveling up our lives as we go about it. Thanks for tuning in, and here's what we have in store for you today: The Dark Knight, Santa, and Baby Jesus? A man in a red suit, a large, antlered beast, the sound of sleigh bells ringing on a snowy night, and a raised crossbow loaded for battle? That's right, crew. You are not reading a typo there. Earlier this month, DC Comics published a comic series, Silent Night, featuring our big man in red, aka Santa Claus, though he prefers to be called Kris Kringle, showing up in a way that would get our D&D nerds amped for an impromptu session. One of the best parts of this series was the different heroes' reaction to the reality that Kris was not a holly jolly guy, but an epic, battle worn warrior. Turns out that Kris doesn't just deliver presents to boys and girls, but fights off the things that go bump in the night for the sake of the world's safety. Reading through this series made Santa interesting for me. Like, I would look at pictures of Santa throughout Christmas and would automatically translate those images to Kris from the comics. We have a bit of a habit in doing this with Jesus, especially around the holiday season. As Ricky Bobby from Talladega Nights prays, "Dear 9-pound, 9-ounce baby Jesus." All because he prefers to pray to the baby version of Jesus. But we tend to keep him like that, or look to other images that feel less confrontational. Our tendency is to hover more on aspects or moments with Jesus that are warm and welcoming images, kid blesser, outcast receiver, and forget or neglect the aspects where Jesus has some major callouts, table flipping, Pharisee bashing. In all of it, we can't forget that really Jesus is God in flesh. That's in John chapter 1, verse 14. That in all he did was in obedience and reflecting what God has done. And that's in John chapter 5, verse 19. We need to step out of our comfort zone in our dispositions to see the Jesus that is in the Gospels for what he truly is. It is by doing that we have a richer understanding of not only what Jesus is like, but how we are supposed to be when connected to him, the Father, and the Holy Spirit. What have you read or heard about Jesus that gave you a mental shift in who he is and what he is like? How has that perspective shift changed the way you live, connect with God, and act in the world around you? Hey there. If you are a fan of the content that's been brought to you in this episode, you'll definitely want to check out our social media connections. That's on Instagram, Facebook, and even TikTok. Just go to @GW Nerds and you'll be able to find all the stuff that we've been doing lately and all the fun stuff that we get to be a part of. But if you want an even deeper dive, you should join our Discord community. And you can do that by going to discord.io/GW Nerds Unite and be a part of what we're doing. Interact with us, chat with us on live for our video game nights, for our Bible study nights, or even just to connect with fellow gamers, nerds, and what interests you. And if we want to take it even a step further, if you've got some ideas of, what would be cool topics to bring up down the road, or have some questions on how your nerdom might connect to faith, we'd love to have your input there on our Discord channel too, to be able to create the content for you guys, because this is what we're here for, to invest in nerds, to grow and level up together, but being able to grow in our faith and level up too. So thank you again for listening. Hope you are having a wonderful day.